Minister of State, just before I call, I like as Chairman acting on behalf of the Chairman, the Vice President, I like to make a very personal opinion, and the opinion is entirely mine. At this level, we're discussing on food systems, and as a country, I imagine that our discussion at this level will be at the level that we are at par with the international community. With deep sense of regret, I must say, not because I'm a professor of science, but I feel strongly that as a nation, all the issues elucidated so far falls below the levels that is expected at this level of discussion. If I found this at a university level, perhaps I might find reasons to excuse them. Let me draw you to the world. They realized that indeed, because of challenges of food and food availability and quality, they had very highly stunted growth. The average Chinese was far below the size. Chinese and Japanese far below the size of an American. And so by mere physical size of the American, they feel highly intimidated. They took up a small discourse of this nature that we've got here today. So let's sit and discuss, why are the Chinese not so sizable? Why are we very smallish? They set up a research team, a small discussion group like this, and realized that for food system to really bring value, the full beneficiation of taking in food, the quality of the food must be critical, the nutrient content of the food. And I'm surprised that, except for group number 3 that raised the issue of fortification, which is the real core business of food fortification, they decided to introduce and incorporate essential vitamins to their food, growth factors to their food, to increase the growth height of an average Chinese and South Korean. Today, the new generation of South Koreans and Chinese are much taller than Africans because the government sat down to take a deliberate research on their food systems. Today, as I listen to every discourse, emphasis has been on smallholder farmers. Smallholder farmers is old-fashioned because agriculture does not create jobs. It only creates selfish and slavish jobs. Real agriculture today, as practiced in America, is technology that drives agriculture. And so I imagine that vertical farming should be a major issue for discussion, knowing also the difficulty of land, access to land. In spite of the provisions of the Land Use Act, even as a sitting governor, it is difficult to get land to be able to provide for people to farm. Because the traditional institutions hold strong and dearly at family sectors, and because we are a politically elected officer, you'll be sensitive to the challenges, yearnings, aspirations, and wishes of your people. So you will be difficult for you to take a family land for public cultivation. And so I want to summarize by saying that even in plants, you have cytokinase and gibberellins that help in the growth of the plant through the xylem vessels. In humans also, there are specific growth hormones that are deficient in our foods. Today you have a company like Olam, you have a company like instant noodle like Dufil, Indomie. They come into our country, dominate our system, and take full control. You'll be surprised the level of expansion within our agricultural value systems and beneficiation process that they have dominated. Yet we sit back and put so much money. And I'm very impressed with one of the presenters who said it's not about putting money. In Africa, the more you put money into a problem, the more the problem expands. And so we keep saying the Anchor Borrowers program as structured today focuses on giving money to the smallholder farmer because you think that it's a job creation program. Agriculture is a business. It's not an employment source. In small countries within like Thailand, the responsibility of a farmer is limited to nursing his crop. Issues of irrigation, inputs, off-taker, is responsibility of government. There's a government radio, specifically as an agricultural radio. It will tell you when agricultural input farmers are coming in. The consultants comes in and provide you inputs. They actually put in that input themselves. I took 1 week sitting in a farm in Thailand just to understudy why their rice yield is so high. You'll be shocked that having established the first rice seedlings factory in Africa, migrating from seeds to seedling as a way of increasing your rice yield from 3 tons per hectare to 9 to 10 tons per hectare. Truly, Nigeria needs to really sit up and come up with a technology-driven agriculture with focus on knowledge engineering that can bring true value. Unfortunately, there's a direct relationship between hunger and anger. And when young people become angry, what we get is NSAS. In order to forestall that, food sufficiency is a critical aspect that we must deal with. So food production is critical, food quality is very critical. We can only achieve this in a far more sophisticated and scientific dialogue. Federal government has a responsibility. State governments have responsibility. Local governments have responsibility. Please spare the farmers the agony of depending on them. Support them with the technology. Don't provide them the technology. Give this out to consultants, to professionals who will run it. A neoclassic farming system that allows you the use of technology, yet holding the organic structure that has been the tradition of African farming systems, so that we have a hybrid of some sort that can elevate us to the next level. Otherwise, the statistics read out here shows clearly that food demand will rise by 70% by 2030. If that happens, there will be pressure on the systems. We don't want a situation where human beings will resort to taking life for a living. That's my short comment as a chairman acting on behalf of the vice president. At this point, I'd like to again yield back to the moderator to see how we can call on the Minister of State to do a closing remark. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. You have really made us to start thinking again